Boom. All
Let's
right.
fucking go.
What's up, gentlemen? Or at least
Yelly,
Ben. I don't know if Yellow's actually here or not.
Hello, hello.
he's alive.
Oh, Yellow never sleeps.
Sleeps for the week. We're Bitcoiners. We got shit to do.
I kinda was asleep, dude. Uh, I nearly had got, but I'm here. What's up, guys?
Not much, man. I was just bitching to Ben that I fucking bought a laptop today and I can't get Linux to flash on it. So I'm fucking having a little temper tantrum.
I've just been
Oh,
chilling today. I'm good. But I don't know, it's good to be here, boys.
nice.
How about you, Yellow? What are you doing in Turkey?
Nothing, mess. We had like a meeting today, Greek Bitcoiners, like a community. We went to fucking taverna. We ate, we drank. It was fun. I think it is the first time I went to a meeting like that, like after the COVID, especially. I cannot remember if I did that before. I don't know, man. It was a good day.
Is it like same shit? Oh, I guess it's probably better than the fucking meetups we have, right? 'Cause it's Europe.
What do you mean, like COVID shit?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Ben's in like the free part of America. I'm in like the communist part of America.
Oh yeah, like we don't care, man. Like as I like to say here, like half of the people are like, okay, give me the go fuck yourself. I'm too tired. Like I want to live my life, and the other half is like, okay, go fuck yourself. Where is the vaccine? Let me have it and go fuck yourself. I want to live my life. So,
That's
uh,
nice.
yeah.
Dude, fucking here, it's like very like divided. Like, I mean, as you know, fucking America is, where it's like half of like Austin is just like, fuck it, I'm going out living my life. And other people are just like, they won't like get out from their seat without a mask and a vaccine. It's like, what are you even doing? Like, I'll be like working at a coffee shop and some like blue hair chick will just like be like, have her mask on in there for 8 hours working. It's like, why are you even here if you're that scared? It's like, I don't get it, but um,
Yeah, it's straight commie land here. Like, yeah, like you don't know what's best for you. The state knows what's best for you. Like that kind of shit. It's fucking insane. Like there are some people. I feel like it's like a lot of places, right? Where like the cities are overrun with people that are like, oh my God, please fuck me up the ass, Mr. State. And then you have like the outside the cities where people are like, fuck them. I'm not doing what they tell me to do. So like we have like people here. We just start kids just started school here again and like in person, and there was like big fucking problems because they were gonna like mandate masks for kids in school, and people were flipping the fuck out. And then like they like ended up coming down and saying, "Oh, we're gonna leave it up to the towns." But my town decided that they were gonna make them wear fucking masks, and there's like picket signs all over the place that say "Unmask our children." It's fucking, it's straight fucking 1984 shit. It's so fucking weird.
yeah, my hometown where I grew up is like same way, like K through 12 mass mandate. I'm like, I was like, that's utterly insane. Like, these kids literally have no risk to COVID, but they need to be masked up and dividers between their desks and all that stupid shit. It's like, what are we trying to accomplish here? Like, it's not like these like if the teacher is really that scared, they can get vaccinated or wear a mask. These kids, this is like their formative years of their lives. They need to like be able to smile at their friends and shit, but they can't.
Yeah, like let their lungs develop and not breathe hot breath all day. What the
Yeah.
fuck? There's gonna be so many fucking respiratory problems from all this shit. Like, yeah,
Oh,
it's
Or like imagine doing like gym class, like okay, we're gonna run the mile, but you keep your mask on. Like what the fuck? It's like doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense.
it makes zero, especially like in my hometown, right? Like I drive by, the school is literally in town square. And you like I drive by there all the time during the day, and the kids will be outside at lunchtime sitting shoulder to shoulder with each other with their masks off eating like COVID is like allergic to peanut butter and jelly or something. And then you gotta put your mask back on to like walk inside. I'm like, does nobody sees how fucking clown this is? Blows my fucking mind. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody is tired of fucking hearing about COVID shit. So outside of that, Ben, you fucking you like made a career change recently, didn't you?
Kind of, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm still doing Bitcoin shit, but I recently changed Bitcoin jobs. I was working at like Shared Bits doing like open source DLC stuff, but buddy of mine, another Ben, is starting a company, so teaming up with him now, and we're not like fully public yet, but we got a bunch of cool stuff we're working on. Um, but yeah,
On
it's
on the low, on the hush hush. Can't talk
I
about
mean, I can't like I mean if you get drunk with me or like at the meetups, I was like, oh, let's tell people, but on like publicly recorded things, I probably shouldn't say what we're doing yet.
Probably not a bad idea.
But yeah, I mean it's gonna be cool. We should have our first things released in the next month or two.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's good.
so what the fuck do you like? Yellow, yellow,
Yo,
wake up.
yo,
First of all, raise your hand after I call you. Second of all, what the fuck? What do you want to talk about? What's new in Bitcoin for Yellow? Yellow, give us your experience as somebody who's been in Bitcoin longer than I know you've been in here longer than me, and I don't know. I think Ben's really young, so you've probably been here longer than him too.
at first there was light, and then there was cut. I don't know, man. What do you mean? What do you want to tell me? Like, it was boring. It was boring, especially the pre-Twitter years. Um, Bitcoiners were very rare. Um, I think the ethics of a Bitcoiner really changed. Not really changed, like, but we really were made of who we are by the 2017 mining wars. Um, that's where I also like stopped basically losing my time with other shitcoins. I don't know. I said that story before, but like I remember myself mining Feathercoin because I told myself, "Oh, Bitcoin is too expensive now." So, yeah, so I was mining Feathercoin. God damn it. Anyway, that's where I found like guys like Hodunod and stuff like that. Um, I don't know. I started memeing, and slowly, I think this community grew, and it's I cannot relax now. No,
Did you
do
meme
you?
before Bitcoin?
I enjoy them. I didn't make them, but I always did like a little Photoshop stuff for friends and shit, like between us to just like laugh or something. I guess uh, it started there.
Did you know that Ben is he's like a certified memer? Did you know
A
that?
certified memer.
He is. Ben's the only person. Ben. I think Yellow was suspended when I think he was like on his whatever that is DMCA whatever the fuck it was that you got axed for. But Ben went at it with the fucking meme tards like Dolo and came out
Oh
pretty
yeah.
fucking well.
Yeah, like I think it was like Full Metal, or maybe it was you. You'd like posted like a single meme, like meme tards fucking the Bens, and I was like, well, it's like 9 p.m. and I have nothing to do. It's time to start the war. So just like go at it. And do we like the shit would get hard? Be like, you guys like digging out into like bestiality hentai. I'm like, fuck, how am I supposed to top this now? And then you have to like look at bestiality hentai for 20 minutes to find a better picture, and then you post it.
Yeah,
It's
that must have
fun.
been so hard, Ben. BCL, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I had to, take a break from my normal hentai to go to bestiality, but
I had to just open a different folder on my desktop.
yeah, I don't know, that shit's fun. Like, I feel like the Bitcoin meme crews like are kind of like a newish thing. Like back in like 2018 and 19, there was just like it was like Bitcoin Twitter was everyone just like philosophizing or like explaining technicals, and like it was cool, but like it felt like almost like I was like coming to learn. Versus now it's just like a bunch of idiots just like memeing and like making fun of each other, and I don't know, it's so much more fun, and I get like so much more laughs and joys out of Twitter now, and I don't know, it's so fun, and like a lot of these people like you meet at conferences now, and you're like, oh, you're just as much as a retard in person too. This is great.
It is beautiful, right? I don't know, man. As you said, like it was only like inspirational tweets and technical stuff, and especially 2017, like everybody was, even Bitcoiners between themselves, fighting each other, and we still do have that, like Bitcoiners love to fight each other. But yeah, at least we have memes too, um, to break the ice, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think a day goes by. Well, now less so than like maybe a month ago, but it's very rarely a day goes by that I don't fight with somebody on Twitter.
Yeah.
At least one fucking person. I fought with Raw Avocado today. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
He was like, I like got introduced to him on Clubhouse, and he was just like saying like the stupidest shit ever. And he's like, "Oh, I don't read books. I don't like that." I'm like, "Okay, well, this explains all your stupid opinions. You never read a book."
Yeah, he's a jerk off. I made a meme right about El Salvador.
Mhm.
It was like a picture of fucking Bukaki or whatever his name is, and and it was like Bitcoin's legal tender here, just get your jab and come down. And then it was Steve Austin throwing him the finger, and I was like, Bitcoin's so much more than money. Like if money's your only focus, you're not gonna make it. And he like made some wise ass fucking comment underneath it, like money's the only thing it's about. It's incentive based, blah 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 blah. If this is what you think, you're not gonna make it. And I was like, it's just early enough for me to fight with you.
I imagine, dude, really, sometimes I imagine that you're like a normal guy in Twitter and shit. And whenever like somebody pisses you off, I imagine like you stop, you see the shit, you see his comment, right? You just have like a ready to go play button of a track of it's like classical music or some shit. And like classical music starts to play, and it's you just like opening the scat folder with the memes or the pictures or whatever. And then you like spending like a few minutes like the most disgusting picture ever. No, 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 click, no, 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 click, no, 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 enter.
I was to be honest, I had to I don't want to say I took the high road because I never take the fucking high road, but and that shit's way overrated. But I like made up a scat meme for him. Like you said, I could like hear the music in my head. And I made up a nice like chick shitting into a dude's mouth. And I know so like that dude, like, I don't know. I don't like that dude because he like flexes on Twitter like he knows all this shit and he's some like dude that's been around forever and he's deep in these parts of like the fucking super shadowy hacker type dudes and he's just not. He's just like a fucking poser. And I know somebody who is one of those people and like he constantly is in that person's DMs like asking questions and like trying to help, and then he'll like put out an instructional video that makes it look like he knows everything that he literally just asked questions for and then just regurgitated all the answers he got. So I had to like restrain myself from doxing the person that I knew because I was going to put their name on the chick's ass and then the shit was going to say knowledge and then the dude's face was going to say his handle. But sometimes in order to not dox friends, you have to take a deep breath. Though I am going to post that meme. I'm just not sure what I'm going to put on the chick's ass yet. But raw avocado, you got a fucking shit meme coming.
I personally haven't interacted, I think, a lot with the guy. But I've seen those memes of yours. So.
Was it you or Patrick that started the scat memes originally? 'Cause I thought it like
It was Patrick.
You both go so hard on that shit. It's like, oh, it's just like so like you're like having a meme war and then it's just like, oh god, okay, I can't pop that and is that like close Twitter? Because like anytime I scroll, I see this shit now. And I don't want to fucking look at that. It's like an ultimate trump card.
Yeah, it's the fuck you, I don't care. For me, that's like, I don't know. Fucking Patrick started it. I don't even remember how it all fucking went down, but I made somebody remade the council, like the meme tard factory council picture with like all the memers in it.
Oh yeah.
And I think Yellow posted it. And I had been like memeing for a couple of months and my avatar didn't get into it. And I made like a meme underneath it of the dude that talks to himself in the mirror. And it said, you keep fucking memeing, you'll get in a Yellow meme. And yeah. And then I think like right after that, they added me to the meme tards. And then I was like, well, now I got to go extra hard because these guys just go fucking hard. And I was like, what's the most obnoxious shit you can think of? What's more obnoxious than scat porn? So scat porn it was. I think 2022 will be more of a bestiality year, but stay tuned.
Oh wow. What 2023 will be like bestiality scat.
Ooh. I was gonna do dick girls next year, but Shanoa took dick girls this year, so whatevs.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think he sent me a whole folder that y'all be seeing soon of scat dick girls. So that'll be good.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait.
There hasn't been a good meme war in a while.
There hasn't.
Yellow came back and like made peace.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's at like war with each other over like other shits, and there's no time for meme wars. Like everyone's like, oh, you're a scammer, you're a shitcoiner. So now no one wants to actually have play fights.
And the biggest one is you're not a Bitcoiner. You're not a true Bitcoiner. That's the biggest one.
Well, I don't know. It's between that and toxic maximalists are so mean. They're gonna ruin Bitcoin.
I'm Team Udi though.
Yeah, Udi's one of my best friends, honestly. Like, I don't know, I kind of see where he's coming from, but I think he's wrong. But I don't know. It's a weird hill to die on.
I too don't agree with what everything he said. Like, I do believe Ethereum is a scam, but I see his point, kinda. So,
Yeah.
and I'm totally against of cannibalizing Bitcoiners. Like, I'm too tired of it anymore. Like, we keep on doing it from 2017. It had I don't know, man. I see no point.
Yeah. Like I think like like in like 2017 and 18, like when we were toxic, it like we tell like Vitalik to go fuck himself because he was like blatantly lying about Ethereum, or like, you know, like Roger Ver just blatantly like being wrong about Bitcoin. Versus like now it's just like people are just toxic for toxic sake, which is fun, but it I don't know, it sometimes it's like, dude, calm down. This guy just he heard about Dogecoin yesterday and he asked a question and now you're calling him a retard. Like
Yeah,
that's not
it's
very
just an
productive.
idiot. It's just an idiot. But relax. If you think about it, like, you're right. Like, if okay, so Bitcoin is king, right? We're alpha. You don't see like an alpha like throwing a tantrum uh, like in every bug that is around him. Like, it's a fucking bug. So don't act like that. Like, act like an alpha sometimes. If you see a thread, go shred that thread like to pieces. But another bug that is bothering you and it's around and it's like buzzing around your head, don't act like a fucking child. Like, act like an alpha. That's my point. Like,
This is the conversation that I had with, so kind of like bouncing off of what both of you said, right? So like Ben was saying, like, yeah, like the whole like being toxic for the sake of being toxic. For me, that shit is fun for like, it has a shelf life of like 6 hours on any given topic. Like, oh, cool, you're kind of being like an over the top asshole. That's kind of funny. But then, like, when it's like day 4 or week 3, like, I had this conversation with the people with like all that simp shit. And I was like, that, like, people would like send me shit in my DM and be like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. And I'm like, I said to him literally almost verbatim exactly what Yellow just said. I'm like, dude, if you're an alpha and you're worried about all these fucking beta males, like think about the wild, right? The alpha in a wolf pack isn't worried about what the betas in the wolf pack are doing. Like, he just carries on with his life and does his shit and eats their kill. Like, he's not like policing the people that are like doing shit that he doesn't agree with. He just knows what he is. It's the same shit with all that like simp shit. Everybody's like, oh, look at this. Oh, you got a police. Oh, dude, who fucking cares? Who cares? You and I both know that dude's comment on that girl's picture is not gonna get her to blow him. But who fucking cares? It's a lot of that shit is very confusing to me. Like, it was funny when it was a joke, and then when it wasn't a joke anymore, it was like, this is just fucking weird. Like, everybody wants to talk about freedom money and believing in freedom money, but then you want to tell people how to do like everything else in their life. And I'm like, I don't understand that. Like, it's cool. Like, you can have your own opinions and do your own shit and all the other stuff as long as we agree that Bitcoin's king.
yeah, exactly. I agree. I also agree. I don't know, but I personally laughed my ass off with the Atlas, like Atlas holding feet, like with the same police and shit. I
Oh
was
yeah.
laughing. Yeah.
When the
I
time
get
that it
it.
became annoying was when it made its second comeback.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. So that show was, I was rolling. And also like Surfer Jim, I love that dude, but man, he got called out hard, and he was like, Alice was so right. That dude was like, Jim simps way too hard on Twitter, and he needed to be called out.
Sim but so here's, I guess, what I'm trying to say, right? The stuff that's funny is the stuff that's like, that's done to be funny. Like, the shit that Atlas was doing was hilarious, right? That the parody account that came up, Simper Jim, that was fucking hilarious. But when you're just being like a blatant dickhead to people, like Yellow was saying, when you're like attacking, when you take it over a line and you're like attacking Bitcoiners and making them feel like they're not welcome in Bitcoin, like that's fucking,
Yeah.
I don't know, power trip weird shit.
It's a weird thing, man. Twitter, and especially Bitcoin Twitter. So you have to see when you log in that fucking app that you log into to another universe. Basically, it has its own rules, and Bitcoin Twitter has more specific rules, and they're very difficult sometimes to not to notice, like to understand, I guess. But like, I don't know. In the end, like, we don't doesn't mean that much. In the end, like, don't take everything so personal, especially when it has to. I don't know, man. Somebody told me, like, are you like in a meme gang? Like, whenever I don't remember who said that, but like that's the most funny shit I ever heard. Like, now we have meme gangs, for fuck's sake. It's not retarded.
I'm gonna go out and get meme tards tattooed on my chest.
Yeah, Vados logos forever.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. And for me, especially, like so Bitcoin Twitter, and Twitter really is like my first exposure to like the new end of social media, I guess. Like, I haven't been on social media before Bitcoin Twitter. So before this year, I hadn't been on social media in like 7 years. So it's weird to see how far it's come. 7 years ago, social media wasn't what social media is now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, back then I was just like Facebook and like Farmville.
I don't even think there was a news feed back then on Facebook. Like, you had, I guess there was, but it wasn't. I think that was prior to Infinite Scroll, like before Infinite Scroll became a thing. That dude that like blessed the fucking world with that abortion. How to steal the money? You think the Federal Reserve steals time from you? The dude that invented Infinite Scroll stole more fucking time from mankind than anybody in history.
Dude, you're not wrong, dude. Like Twitter is so much fun, but God, I waste so much time. Like I could have like learned a new language in the time I spent on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, it is somewhat productive. I've had some, I found my current job through Twitter, but like still, uh, I waste so much time. There's been so many days where you just spend all day making memes or arguing with shitcoiners. It's like I could have done something with my life today.
Bro, when I like really started to get into Bitcoin Twitter and like started memeing, my average screen time on my phone used to be like 2.5 hours a week. And it's like almost 10 hours a week now. Like, or 10 hours a day. Yeah. So it used to be like 2.5 hours a day average. And now it's like 10 fucking hours a day.
I actually get burned. Like, I go through cycles, and I sometimes like have to take like those 2 weeks off to readjust myself, because as you guys saying, Twitter is a beast, man. Like, it consumes you, and even Bitcoin does. Like, at sometimes, like, I feel like, I don't know. I even don't like. I have my life in pause sometimes, and I feel like Bitcoin stuff overshadows everything I do. It's like my identity, and sometimes I feel like I have to take a break to adjust myself to what Bitcoin is, and not let it define who I am and my life. So it's good to take breaks, especially from Twitter.
Yeah, I had my wife literally say to me, like maybe 2 weeks ago. I like dropped off memeing really like 2 weeks ago and took like I didn't take a full on Twitter break, but like I'm not on Twitter anywhere near as much as I was. I've been on Telegram more, which I don't know if that's any more healthy, but my wife was like, I literally hate your fucking phone. Like, I hate your fucking phone. I used to say that to her. I'd be like, I hate your fucking phone. Like, why can't you just like be present? She's a social media uh director for a company. So she's literally always on her phone. And it took her saying to me, like, I hate your fucking phone. Like wherever we are, you're always like on your phone. And I was like, shit, you're right. Like I need to, like Yellow said, I just need to like fucking land again, come back to Earth for a little bit, and then ease my way back into posting scat memes.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Like, I mean, these things are literally designed by, you know, the smartest people in the world to make it so addictive. So, like, I mean, it's like, I mean, there's some personal responsibility, but still, like, these people are literally like creating something that's designed to be addictive, so you always want to go back, and it's fucked up, but yeah, it is fun, but yeah, we need to. I do like I don't know. I'll do like breaks where if I'm traveling, like okay, I'm just not gonna use Twitter and try to like hang out here. Like if you're hanging with friends, it's like don't be like tweeting out like random things. Just like hang out, actually be there in the conversation and shit.
And
It
I have
is
go ahead with y'all.
it is the most addictive thing, Twitter, and it's twice more addictive because it's Bitcoin Twitter, and it's like it's such a truth Bitcoin, right? And it's like such a prism that Bitcoin does to everything around you, to our reality, and that's why it's also more addictive to be on Bitcoin Twitter, right? So that's why I don't know. Sometimes it overconsumes me personally. I don't
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like if you have like, if everyone in your life is a normie and you have no one to talk to about any of this shit, like Twitter is your only escape and like so it becomes like even more addictive where it's like, oh, like the only time I'm gonna talk to a rational person is like when I open up the Bird app and that can get, you know, bad where it's like you need to go outside and do something. But yeah, it is That is like a good point. Like, I don't know, like if I don't know, move to Austin, you can get around that. But there's like, if you're in absence of rational people, Twitter is a good escape for that.
Yeah, I don't know any yeah, I don't know any like real Bitcoiners in real life. Like I know people that own Bitcoin, like some Bitcoin, but it's like 2% of their quote unquote crypto portfolio. That's 97 shit coins and some Bitcoin.
Oh dear.
But I can't like have a I guess my brother, like I got my brother to like buy Bitcoin. So I can kind of talk to him, but he never like jumped in the rabbit hole. You know what I mean? He was just like, oh yeah, like I'll buy some Bitcoin on Gemini and I have it on Gemini.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, there's definitely a difference from like owning Bitcoin and like being a Bitcoiner. Like, a lot of people like own Bitcoin, but they're just like, oh, okay. And then you like talk to them in real life and they're like, yeah, the government is cool, and they taxes are all right. And I go, what the fuck are you even doing here?
Yeah, what?
I will, okay, I'll say so. Earlier in the day, I watched a little bit of. I saw that Kathy Wood said something about Ethereum and NFTs, and it was in that podcast of those F heads, Unbanked or something. How is it called?
Bankless.
Bankless, yeah. So I watched it for the first time. I think for the second time or something. Anyway, and it's exactly what like you said. Like Bitcoiners are such a special breed of people. Dude, those guys were like so clean and so like perfect perfect furniture, IKEA furniture in the background, and like high-tech mic and headphones, and like they were talking about like fighting the system and shit like that. I was laughing. Dude, you're not the guy that would throw a fucking Molotov to a cop. You're just not. Sorry, I know that especially. I've done that thing. I throw a Molotov at cop. You're not that guy, dude. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like, the revolution and shit like that. Yeah.
He's got a resist sticker on the back of his Prius. Yeah, right next to his coexist sticker.
Oh man.
That's the dude right there. I'm saving the planet. Okay.
I know David Hoffman. He went to the BLM riots in Seattle, and he got like what's it called, like maced or whatever from the cops, and like that sucks. But still, like, yeah, he's not I don't know, he's definitely not gonna be throwing any Molotov cocktails, I don't think.
Bro, you were at a virtue signal riot. That's what you were at. I'm sorry, I'll be the one to say it. I don't give a fuck. This is my podcast. So don't listen if you don't like it. If you are a white human being and you wear a t-shirt that says Black Lives Matter, you're probably more racist than I am.
I mean, it's gotten so weird. Where like as a kid, I was like, yeah, racism is bad. Everyone should be equal. And then like I thought like the default opinion was like just not talk about race and it'll naturally happen. And then like as I got older, I was like, oh wait, we need to give other races special privileges to make it more equal. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing ever. That's just racism, but against different people. And now it's like the default opinion. It's like, oh, if you're not giving everyone else special privileges, then it's not equal. It's like this doesn't make any sense, but now it's become like the default opinion among like half the planet, and I don't understand. And
What I don't understand is it's 2021. We're talking about flying to another planet to inhabit it as human beings. And people still feel the need to wear a fucking t-shirt that says blank lives matter, whether it's black lives or blue lives or all. Are we really? We've made that much of a divide in humans that one end of the spectrum has to remind each other that human life matters, and the other end of the spectrum is flying to another planet. That's where we are.
It is
that
weird, like people's like like I guess like you could say like Bitcoiners, we're trying to like financially upend the entire like governmental structure of the planet, and then like there's other people who are like, my goal is to make it so people recognize that this race should be allowed to live. It's like everyone thinks they're allowed to live, dude. Like most people aren't actually racist. You're just like creating weird fucking lines. And I don't know. It's weird that like this is the hill that people die on.
I might be wrong, but I guess my ex-girlfriend was telling me all the time that I was wrong. But fuck that bitch. Anyway.
Was she a red puppet?
I might be wrong, but like I think the opting out has to happen also in those fucking traps the modern system puts on you like daily. And one of those is the one that you guys are talking, divide and conquer. They love that game. So I personally won't allow myself to spend any of my energy, limited energy I have daily, to subjects like COVID, Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, and subjects like that. And it's not like that I don't find them important. They're extremely important. It's about control. But I have found the way to fight those things, and it's like just stuck. I know it sounds silly, but that's my way. That's my way. And whatever energy I have, I'm gonna put them out in memes, and maybe I'll turn another one and another one to Bitcoin, and that's enough for me. Like I'm not that narcissistic that I'm gonna think, I don't know, like fighting a guy about those subjects in a thread gonna change the world.
No?
No, man, no. Especially when you get fucked like for 10 days now, but fucking bunkers, like that changes perspectives to you. I don't know.
It's like you said, I guess that I was saying everything that I was saying to say that is that it's divide and conquer. That's all it
Oh,
is.
I know. That's what I just mentioned my perspective. Like I get what, like I don't know. Everybody here like is in Bitcoin Twitter, so the COVID shit, like it's everywhere, right? I get it. It's all about control. I understand what they're doing, but at some point, even though you're fighting that control and what they're doing, they're controlling you because all your focus is in that shit. Are you living your life? Like they're stealing your life away one way or another. That's my point, right?
That's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Like, if they don't control you by like making you believe the ideology, but you spend 90% of your time fighting the ideology, well, they've effectively controlled you. And you should actually do like, be productive and do real things, like make scat memes.
Yes. Like that's living in your head rent free, right?
Yeah.
And you're right. Like, I don't know. There's definitely like I feel I honestly feel like the COVID shit on Bitcoin Twitter, and I'll probably get shit for this, but whatever. That the COVID shit on Bitcoin Twitter has really only become like super prevalent in the last like 4 months, where people are like memeing about it and talking about it all the time. Like, I miss when we were like infighting, you know? Like, remember when we crucified fucking Robert Greedlove? That was good times. Now it's like seriously depressing memes.
Yeah. Breed love, man.
Those were good times. We crucified Greedlove, then fucking American Hodl a little. It was good. It was fun.
Oh yeah, I forgot we don't have a community. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to face the community after you tell them all to sell everything they own and it retraces 60%. I need a break from Twitter. I'm addicted. Yeah, okay.
I love Huddle. I hung out with him in Dallas, and he's just like, yeah, he's like, I just wasted my whole life on Twitter and shit. He's like, I'm just gonna play with my kids. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
But
absolutely. But the coincidental timing and shit.
yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure it weighed into the opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure like I don't know because I've never it's like a lot of things, right? Like I don't know because I've never been in the dude's shoes. I've never been where he is. I've never had what he has, and I've never like done the things that he's done. So I can't tell you like what's inside of his head, but I could tell you how I would feel if, you know, he was like the toxic maximalist when I first came on Bitcoin Twitter, like screaming into his fucking phone in a minivan, telling you to sell your fucking shares.
Also, because we're talking about American Huddle, I have to say to Dieter, if you're listening to this,
He
I
does.
just
He
want to say,
follows me.
oh, nice. Dieter, I love you, man. It's gonna be good. Relax, calm down, take a breath. and we all love you. You know that, right? I know that some of us have blocked you, but it's gonna be okay, my dude. Don't be that mad. It's all a joke, you know.
Just
I have,
relax your anus.
I have to say to Dieter that like every now and then because I feel like he needs it.
Yeah, Dieter, I love him, but like he's at war with nobody and everybody at the same time, and I don't get it, but
Fuck Dieter.
yeah.
It's his thing, man.
I'm openly opposed to Dieter.
Many are.
me and him have had it out. I took the deep breath though of like, it's cool, bro. That's who you are. I get it. But, you know, just the same way that I understand that that's who you are, just understand that who I am is, if we ever meet in person, I'm gonna slap the dog shit out of you. We're good.
I'm gonna slap his chihuahua,
I
make
would
it
slap
sit.
the fuck out of him if I ever meet him. There's no, I've already decided though that there's literally zero chance that he ever shows up at a Bitcoin event and doxes who he is. Zero chance.
He did earlier this year. He showed up to like one of the Florida meetups, apparently, and like bought people drinks. That's what I was told.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's no way he'll show up to a Bitcoin. Like, no way. That dude's gonna get shot. You can't talk like that and let like see people. You can't tell people that you hope their kids and their wives get raped and then
That
show up
was
somewhere in person. You can't do that. No.
that was pretty bad.
Just a thirsty bitch, man. Thirsty bitch.
Yeah. No.
He's just gonna pull out his 7-inch dick and make you feel small.
Oh God.
We are a special breed, aren't we?
He like got so angry when all the rape shit went down. He got so angry. I was pretending to be Sean Stacken that day. And he like slid in my DMs and was like, "You unfollowed me, pussy." And I was like, I unfollowed you a while ago, bro, and muted you.
Dieter does that shit all the time. Where like sometimes I look at him and he follows and unfollows me like every other month. I'm like, dude, just make up your mind.
He's a guy with what's the expression, like with his heart in his sleeve or something. He goes extra. He goes extra sometimes, but
All the
like
fucking time. All the fucking time. I've never seen him post a single thing that wasn't. What did he post today? Did anybody see that? I got
I
this.
have him muted right now, so
I,
no.
I spoke to a guy once in a Spaces in Twitter, and he was a completely different guy, man. Like when you hear him, and he's not like angry for something, and which I imagine is difficult. But yeah, like he was like pretty normal guy. I don't know.
I spent a couple of months in a chat on Telegram with him and a bunch of other people, and I can confirm he's a fucking retard. Definitely can confirm. He like screaming about how like Bitcoin's never gonna do anything but be a bearer asset, and yeah.
But the thing is that what I'm trying to express with a little trolling that I just did, like with the shout out to Dieter, like I was today real life meetup with Bitcoiners from Greece here, and I saw the table as we were like eating and drinking and sitting in real life that all Bitcoiners are so different, man. Like women, men, gay, black, white, whatever, like all boomers, zoomers, they're everywhere. Like, and you're gonna have so many aspects of personalities out there, you know. So whatever, do your thing, man. In the end, like I won't take that I won't take anything 100%. I don't know, for real, until I meet you. I guess.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm pretty much the same on that. Like, I'm good. Like, there was that one dude, that like karate dude that rage quit Twitter, that I used to just laugh at. Like, he get like super angry about all the simp shit. He got super angry. You remember that, Ben? What the fuck was that dude?
Karate dude.
Yeah, he was like fucking
The 5-tar or star, that dude.
no, no, that was funny too though. No, it was some other dude. It was like a fucking jujitsu guy or something. And he was used to like,
Oh, like Danny D. Kroger, something like that.
I don't know. He's like, I'll fucking whoop your ass, blah 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 blah. He was like trying to convince me that he could jujitsu me from 75 feet away before I could shoot him in the chest, and I was like, I'll take my chances. I'm a black belt. Cool.
haven't you seen like Indiana Jones, that scene?
Exactly. That's exactly what I saw in my head when he was saying it. I was like, nah.
Nah, I have you.
But yeah, so somebody sent me a DM that said, just when you think avocado brings the stupidest post you'll read all day, here comes the Chihuahua. And sends me Dieter's post that literally, it's a little long, so I'm not gonna read it, but it literally starts out as Blockstream is just another shitcoin company and ends with go fuck yourself, Adam Back.
Oh dear.
It's like,
How
I didn't.
how dare he? Does he know that Adam Buck is memeing for years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam Back was like one of the original like Bitcoin memers.
Yeah.
Bro, he legit, like, I was floored when I was in like being in the meme tards chat, and he would like, I'd wake up in the morning on like a Wednesday, and like and Hans, you guys know him, and Hans,
Yeah.
and like a couple other people would be like having a conversation with Adam Beck. And he's like just in the group chat, like 30 messages deep, just Adam Beck like talking to the meme tards.
Nice.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Right? Is this real life? Because you come, like, for me, like, I come from the fiat world, right? Like, into Bitcoin. Like, I was relatively new to Bitcoin and like got introduced to Bitcoin Twitter around the same time. And you like in the fiat world, traditionally, you like hear about these people who have a big impact in such and such a sector, and those people don't talk to normal people. Like Elon
Yeah.
Musk isn't in a group chat with like some memers somewhere. So it was like, it kind of blew my mind that like somebody who had such like an impact on like the history of Bitcoin is just like chopping it up with some memers about how we should put a node on a satellite.
Bitcoin itself, like even if he is not the guy, he is the guy that has like a bunch of I don't know, one of proof of work, basically. Like he is that guy. We know that. So even
Yeah.
if even if he's not the one that everyone say, he is fucking Adam Buck. So that's my point.
Right. Exactly. That's like, yeah, that'd be like in 1920 coming out and being like, yo, you know what? Fuck Ford. Fuck Henry Ford. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, dude literally just invented the automobile. You know what I mean? Same shit, like same energy. That's exactly how I see that post. Like, what? Like Adam? You going off about Adam? Really? Like this is the man that called fucking Eric Voorhees a shitcoin apologist. Or a toxic shitcoin apologist.
Yeah.
That's fucking legendary. Shut the fuck up, dude. Don't fuck with my boy Adam. You know what I mean?
Didn't you guys have Jack Dorsey in there as well?
Now
Or
we
was that the
booted him.
Meme
He was a
Factory?
faggot. You know, you
No.
can't boot Jack from a DM.
Really?
Yeah. We had Sailor in the meme factory. and of course Craig added him as a joke, and we started panicking and like what the fuck, and then we went to everybody, like everybody stopped talking, and we all went to the Telegram group we have. And then we're like, dude, what, you fucking potato, what did you do? Like what, like, dude, like we bullshit there, like it's not gonna be the same, like we kind of panicked, and then Craig had to boot him off the group chat, and then he DM'd him, sorry, I have to put you off because I added you without having consensus. which is one of the funniest thing I think Craig has ever said. And then Sailor went like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, we had the meme tards chat, and it had what the fuck was it? We had Jack and we had Adam back in it. And then we were like cleaning house because there was like, I don't know, like 40 fucking members or something. People that just like didn't participate in the chat or like weren't even on Twitter anymore. So they started like thinning out the people, and then we figured out we couldn't get rid of Jack. He has some kind of like weird administrative power where you can't boot him from a chat. So we had to start a new fucking group chat and not add Jack to it. Like we added him as a joke, and then it turns out we couldn't get rid of him.
Oh,
That's weird.
What you're saying is that the meme tard chat now is a fork, basically.
Yeah, we're meme tard cash. Except meme tard cash if meme tard cash won. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, the other one died.
Yeah. It's like Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. Like Ethereum Classic is the original Ethereum, and
exactly. We're essentially Ethereum. That's what you're saying.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Meme tards are shitcoiners here to hear first.
We have the collective intelligence of the devs in the fucking Ethereum community. We have like a nice mix, right? We have some people on the right side of the bell curve, and we have like a whole bunch of people on the left side of the bell curve. Like we have like Gigi and Adam balance us out. It's like 23 retards and 2 people who are smart.
Yeah, those two are fucking geniuses. So
exactly. See, going.
I have to meet Gigi in person, man.
Oh, he's a riot.
Yeah, other than I feel like other than Hold or Not, it's like and Caro. I want to meet Caro and Bass and all those so-called and pirates and all those so-called Hold or Not gang, pleb gang, taco gang. Tell them however, like those were like one of the first groups I kind of hang around.
Pirate's cool shit. I like him.
I
have a working theory that I think Pirate and Dieter are the same person, but
I've met Pirate and he's not Dieter.
You've met Pirate?
Yeah, he lives here in Austin.
Oh fuck.
He doesn't really go to any events, but yeah, he's really cool.
You killed my fucking working theory.
Yeah, sorry.
They sound so much alike. Like
they kind of do, yeah.
So much. I had Pirate on the podcast, and I was like, the whole fucking time I was talking to him, I was like, yo, is this Dieter? Like, is he playing 4D chess with my head right now? Like, is he just fucking with me being super rational? And like I don't even and when I was talking to Pirate, he was like, yo, you gotta give Dieter a chance. He's a good dude. I was like, nah, fuck Dieter. He's like, no, he's a good dude. And I'm like, nah.
I like hung out with like I met like Pirate at like this beer garden, and his wife and kid were there, and like his wife knows about Dieter. I'm like, oh wow, so he's that big a deal in your family that your wife knows about Dieter.
But yeah, like Pirate's good people. I would love to meet Pirate. I chopped it up with him, and like we've talked over DMs a couple of times since I had him on the podcast, and like he just seems like a really down to earth dude. Like I
Oh yeah,
definitely
for sure.
the first person that I don't need. See, I don't want to go to any. I was gonna go to BitBlock Boom, and then I was like, oh, I really don't want to dox myself to all these fucking people. Like, I don't know. Yellow has like, yeah, I guess you went to a Bitcoin meetup today, right? Do they know you're yellow though?
What I did was, yeah, some of them I got introduced because I'm speaking to those guys like for years now. So it would be rude. Like I kind of trust them. But what I did was, I went to the meeting. I introduced as yellow at some of those guys, and then I went to the Telegram group and I said, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't make it today." So, so, so a bunch of them, I expect I'll get DMs. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'll play it like, what are you talking about, dude? I didn't go to the event today. What? That wasn't me. You know, I'm gonna fuck. I'm gonna fuck with their minds a little bit. I feel, but yeah, at the end, like, so, I don't know, man. You have to dox at some of the people that you consider closer, I guess.
Yeah, like I'm gonna dox myself to fucking Greg in like next month.
Oh,
no,
you
are
can,
you meeting?
What?
Are you meeting with
Yeah,
Greg?
I'm going down to Florida.
Nice.
So I'm gonna dox myself to Greg and Sean Stacken while I'm in Florida.
well, those
Nice.
two are fun. Those are good docs.
Yep.
Uh,
Proof.
But I have like, yeah, so me and Sean have like some side business. So like outside of like memeing together and shit. So I have to meet him in person. And then I was
Nice.
just like, I don't know, Greg was like, you're coming to Florida, we have to fucking meet. And I'm like, all right, I guess. So I'm supposed to be doing your fucking factory podcast in person at Greg's house. So I gotta buy like a guy. What is that? The guy from like the fucking what the fuck is that? The anonymous mask?
Oh, okay. Nice.
Guy Fox.
Guy Fox. I was gonna say Guy Fieri, but he's the fat guy that goes to fucking diners and shit. He looks like a fat member of NSYNC.
Dude, Craig is a beast, man. Like the guy is everywhere. I give it to him. I don't know. I'm really. I know that we say Craig is a fucking potato and shit like that, but like Greg guys is like not only he's like fucking clever, smart guy, but like doesn't give a fuck. Like he will dare anything. You know, I like those guys. Like they don't give a fuck. They will DM everybody. They will say, I give respect to Greg.
Yeah, Greg is like the reason that
Said that.
Greg's like the reason, one of the reasons. There's like a handful of people, right, on Bitcoin Twitter were like the reason that I memes. Like Greg was one of them. Full Metal Hodl was definitely one of them. Just like Greg like reached out to me via DM and like sent me one of my memes and he was like, yo, this is fucking funny. And I was like, what? Cool. And that shit just like gave me more fucking fire, like to wanna meme more. You know what I mean? And like I would meme and people like Full Metal and Spinty and shit would like my memes or like retweet my memes. And I'd be like, fuck yeah. I remember like coming home and telling my wife, I'm like, yo, babe, fucking Greg Zaj fucking retweeted my meme today. Check it.
It's so funny. I've done like the same thing or be like, oh, like mom, I did this thing today, or like this guy followed me. Like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, you don't know who Hodlnot is? Oh my gosh.
It's a, it's a kind of, it's a kind of respect. I get it, but imagine being like one of those Bitcoiners that categorizes Bitcoiners. Um, I know it's gonna sound popular, like I'm basically like whatever, but like I do believe like imagine categorizing populars with the year that they enter. Like that's so stupid. Like you're basically blocking yourself off from meeting new people because you were like earlier or you were like more recent, I guess. Like that's so stupid. Like I don't know. We have those two in Bitcoin Twitter.
Oh yeah. Like when you got here is what like defines the caliber of Bitcoiner that you are.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
shit's
that's just
retarded
always,
to me.
it's always dumb. It's like, okay, well then like there are so many shitcoiners that are quote unquote more Bitcoiners than like fucking Roger Ver is like supreme to all of us, I guess. And fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fucking. I think that shit's like I've fallen victim to it. I guess you could say like I'll get wrapped up in it and not realize it, but like the whole fucking like purity test shit is retarded. Like, oh, you gotta like I don't know. I feel like there's like a I don't even have the same stipulations that like other people like to put. Kind of like what Yellow was talking about. Like you touched on it before about like what a Bitcoiner is. Like I don't think it doesn't make you a Bitcoiner, but my thing is, and what will like make me like meme the shit out of somebody is just be honest about what you do. Like if you're a trader boy and that's like what you do, cool. But don't be like, don't be like on Twitter like talking about how it's like Bitcoin only, like you're not a Bitcoin maxi if you're not Bitcoin only, and then like it comes to light that you're like shitcoining on the side. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna meme the fuck out of you. Like that's
That's
what's
what
gonna happen. But if you just come out like I said a couple of weeks ago, like I have a certain degree of respect for fucking Jason Williams. I'll say
yeah.
it and I'll say it again. And I think Yellow, you liked it when I posted it. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
I am
dude
in
fucking admits what he is.
yeah. It's all about
Yeah.
honesty. You hit it in you hit it in the nail, man. It's all about honesty and it, like bringing it back a little bit. It's one of these arguments that you cannot shut yourself off like a whole bunch of other people out there just because they doing their thing, right? And if they're honest about it, as you said, it pisses me off. Like you're gonna shut yourself out from like the whole inverse prom aspect of Twitter. Like that's fucking hilarious, man. You have to know about that kind of culture out there, even if it's not like Bitcoin, 100%, right? Like even though like there's out there like traders that fucking degenerates, but they're fucking hilarious. I follow most. I am also friends with those guys too. I have the degenerates friends that I'm friends with because
You're
even
friends with
though
other degenerates outside of Bitcoin Twitter?
yeah man, like I call them shitcoiners in their face, but like I'm their weird maxi friend and they're my weird shitcoiner friends, you know. And degeneracy is the thing that unite us. Like
Way to
I
do
think
it.
yeah, it's a win-win situation. I think.
I think you're right in the honesty thing. Like with Breed Love, like he could have done the whole BitCloud stuff in like a way better way, or if he did it like if he just made it a meme like, hey, let's have every Bitcoiner dump their BitCloud and we'll tank the price and you dump it on the shitcoin. You probably could have made it a meme and like everyone been like laughing like, haha, I'm selling my shitcoin. Versus he like did it in this weird convoluted like free market, I'm holier than thou way, and like then doubled down on it when people called him out, and like he was just clearly being dishonest about his intentions there, and like a week later he's like, I'm still doing research. It's like, I don't know, like that shit was stupid, but like
I
yeah,
think
if you're upfront about honest what you're doing, like Bitcoiners will jump in on that shit and like love it.
I think Gigi said it best in his thread with when he was talking with Breedlove in those days that if you came out and said, dudes, you know what? I'm gonna log into that seed here. I'm gonna dab that seed for more stack. And he, as you said, he would still get seed, but the seed he will get will be less. Let's say for me, because he will be honest about it, right? But like the whole like it's a free market thing and it's an experiment. Like it's like saying, you know, guys, I think all of you that you're reading me now are fucking dumb and and you don't understand what I'm fucking doing now. So I'm gonna like masquerade it as something completely else. And of course we all went, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and I think it's like a blend. So I think it's for me anyway, right? It's a blend between being honest about what you're doing and are you like have you done more good for Bitcoin than you've done bad? Like Eric Voorhees. Fuck Eric Voorhees. Like he's honest about what he does. And yeah, he holds probably 95% Bitcoin, but he also has actively tried to kill Bitcoin. So fuck that guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. And like there are other people like in Segwit2x that like Wences from Zappa Wallet, like he was like signed the New York agreement, but he like came out later and was like, I fucked up, that was wrong, I apologize. Like I clearly see now that that was, you know, would have undermined Bitcoin. Versus him, he's just like waves his hands like, no, we were just had a difference of opinion, and you know, it worked out a different way. It's like, no, dude, you clearly were on the wrong side of history here. You're just trying to retcon it in a different way.
Yeah,
And
like
it's
So
not like
actively.
and
yeah.
it's not like he had like another version of Bitcoin of that he would like it's not a different opinion, man. You try to control Bitcoin. That's what you did. You try to control Bitcoin, uh, and that's unforgivable.
Yeah, 100%.
That's honestly it was what was that thing that I messaged you about, Ben? Was it BIP 300? Is that what I'm thinking of? Where they
Yeah,
try to
the
the miners, they're giving miners voting rights and all that shit.
the drive chain stuff. Yeah, I mean that's like a little different, but still like I don't like it. It's weird, but
But that's how I see that. Like you're trying to anything being somebody that mines, anything that you try to do that gives miners any kind of power is a fucking horrible idea. Fucking horrible idea. Because all that means is that you've taken a system that can't be fucked with, and if you have enough money, you can fuck with it. That's
yeah,
all
I
it
mean
does.
like you know Bitcoin's entire security model is like the miner incentives, and like those are like the last things we should be changing or touching at all. Like I'm fine with, you know, Taproot or you know, stuff like that that just adds a little more functionality. But if we're like messing with incentives, like that's a huge red flag to me.
Yeah, you need to let it do what it's naturally gonna do. Like,
You don't fuck around with the base layer. Just leave it as it is. You can build whatever you want on top of it if you want. So why mess with a perfect condition set that is the base layer? And if you have to, like the Taproot thing, like you have to spend your time and grind in the community, and I don't know. Uh, yeah, I'm in the same page of too.
so Ben, can you, for everybody, I mean, not the people on this call besides me, but for everybody else who's listening to this, can you give me like a brief synopsis on what the fuck uh Taproot was? I meme the shit out of it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, did
But
the green square memes, those were fantastic. But yeah, I mean Taproot is mostly just like adding like basically just like all of Taproot's ideas were talked about in like 2011 on Bitcoin talk forums. It was just like finally culminating it into a real thing, and it just basically just added like Schnorr signatures, and then like instead of like when you have a Bitcoin UTXO, when you're spending it, you have like a script that spends it, and basically just added ways to hide parts of your script. So just like it's just like very minor scalability and privacy upgrades to Bitcoin, but like these like it's a small change, but it'll allow us to do a lot more powerful things in the future, like once people start building on top of it. And like things like Lightning and like Liquid or like multi-sig will all like eventually just look like normal everyday on-chain transactions. So it makes like smart contracts like way more private.
all right. So yeah, so it was a good thing that we made memes. Got it. Cool. That's all I
Yeah,
needed.
definitely. And it was like a very like Taproot was like a cool like experiment of, or not like experiment, but like it like really showcased like Bitcoin's decentralization, where like literally every single like core dev was like, I'm 100% good with Taproot's implementation and the concept of it. But then there's like a war inside the Bitcoin development community on just how to activate it, and like there's like took like 6 months to come up with an activation method, and like like a bunch of them were unhappy with it, and it kind of shows like we spend like with something we 100% want, we spend months just figuring out how to turn it on, versus like the number 2 coin Ethereum, they accidentally change their consensus rules like every other month. And it's like it's very clearly shows like the different level of expertise that's happening here.
Not,
Hard fork Fridays.
not only expertise, but decentralization. That's what decentralization brings. Like if you see a project out there, I'm talking to newbies now, that they don't have infighting, and like they don't take a little bit of their time to fight, and like uh, about like a change that they're gonna bring to the project or not. Like you have to wonder, like you have to ask yourself, is this decentralized enough? Like if a figurehead in the project just does like writes an article and proposes something, and the next day that proposal like just passes through, yeah, your project might not be that decentralized. Sorry.
Yeah. Hard fork Fridays.
Yeah.
That's what like I don't know, and like I guess yeah, so I guess that's kind of a good way to good like direction to go, right? So for me, like Bitcoin for me became important and like became something that I like really wanted to get into because it gave me a way to like save money for my family that didn't get fucking destroyed. Um like I have such terrible fucking history with the banking system, so like I've lost tons of money and yeah, yeah. So like that's why the initial reason that I got into Bitcoin, and then it just kind of like the ethos of it just kind of like correlated with where I was at mentally before I came to Bitcoin, with like fuck the government. This is just like another way to fuck the government. Cool. Um, but like
LC,
yeah,
can I ask like play the interviewer role a little bit? Has have you noticed, because I think you're the newer here, have you noticed like a change that you attribute to Bitcoin in yourself? I mean, and what is that?
uh, no, I don't spend as much money as I did. Like I take a long time to like decide that I'm going to spend money on something. And then if when I spend money on something it isn't exactly what I wanted, then I'm fucking bent, like today with the laptop. Like I took me like 2 months to finally like agree with myself that I was going to spend the money on a laptop. And then I got it home and couldn't flash it with Linux and got really fucking angry.
So it seems you can say that it made you appreciate the time you spent to uh, farm out like whatever value you can attribute to stacking sats or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have more money saved. Now, mind you, before I say that, I'll say this. Majority of my stack of Bitcoin was bought at 55K.
Oh, yeah.
So that being said, I have more money saved now than I ever did before Bitcoin.
Okay.
So the only thing I really spend money on now is mining shit. Like I can't help myself. I buy a lot of miners.
Nice. That's a different way to start, I guess.
Yeah. And it's like kind of I like get to stack sats, and it's kind of like a side hustle at the same time because there's a lot of people out there that want to buy non KYC sats.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah. What about you, Yellow? Answer your own question.
How it changed me.
Yeah. Well, how was Yellow
Well,
before Bitcoin? Did you have was it just cocaine, or was it cocaine and Red Bull, or
you gotta understand, if you meet me in real life, the persona of Yellow is like nothing to do with me, to be honest.
that's the way it
But
should be?
yeah, I have to answer that even though I entered like the space 2013, I'm not a fucking whale because it was the peak of the crisis here in Greece, and my purchasing power was like it was laughable. Like I would stack even in those prices. I would stack like in a month, like with a $10 I had. I didn't have much, but of course, answer my own question by keep on stacking and keep on doing mistakes too. Like I was part of the Mount Gox and Carpelli's personal fund. Fuck that guy.
Oof.
And but I kept on doing it, and I don't know. Yeah, of course it changed me. Like I have more freedom now. I can say fuck you to pretty much everybody that pisses me off, and I don't want to do something that they want. So that freedom is truly really no really liberating. No, what's the word? Goddammit.
Liberating.
Exactly. And yeah, man, that freedom, of course, that freedom and what it brings, and I, of course, it like gives me perspective to what truly matters. Like if I haven't experienced Bitcoin, I feel I would be more like a consuming creature, and I'm really not. Like I won't spend that much money to buy stuff. Let's say like I have like a fucking cheap Android phone I have like for 3 years now. I won't change it if like I'm waiting to break it, like to break it down and change it. Like I have t-shirts with holes on it, even though I don't fucking care. I'll I'll use my extra fiat, dirty fiat to stack. Yeah, that change, I guess.
I feel you. I'm wearing a t-shirt from high school right now. And that
Then,
was a long
then
time
what
ago.
about- yeah. What about you, man?
The
Okay.
Bitcoin like radically changed me. Like before Bitcoin, I was a total commie. Like I've only voted twice in my life for Bernie Sanders and for Hillary Clinton. So, that was bad. And I don't know. Yeah, right. And I was like just in college, like didn't have like just going for computer science, but like had no real purpose. Like I'd play video games like 8 hours a day after school and just do nothing. And like, I don't know, after Bitcoin, like it gave me a lot more like, okay, this is something I want to work on and like put actual real effort into. So like now I never really play video games. I, have a full-time job. I'm actually like happy and excited to work for, not a fucking commie anymore. And I don't know, it's like, definitely radically changed me. And I know like a lot of like old friends from college, like I don't really get along with anymore because like I've had such like a radical shift where it's like, I don't know, like the way I met them originally is like not the person who I am today.
You've been radicalized.
Yeah.
You're probably
I
a
don't know.
domestic terrorist.
I mean, only on Fridays, but
Shadow Builder.
Do you come like? Did you come from like commie land, America, or are you from Texas? No, you're not from Texas. I can hear it in your
no,
accent.
yeah, I grew up like Chicago area, but like, yeah, my parents are like my mom has literally told me, she's like, as I'm as far as left goes, but I wish I could go more left. And like, my parents are like just like, totally like
Commies.
lefties and all that stuff. Like we have like 3 different like virtue signal signs in their front yard, like a BLM one, a gay one, and something else.
That's my parents. Well, that's my mother. My mother is that way very much so. Like my wife is going to Florida next week. Uh, her sister lives down there, and my mom's like, "COVID is so bad down there, you're gonna die." And I'm like, "Ma, take a deep breath. It's okay. You can come out of your bubble. You don't have to eat bugs. It's okay." And but I mean, my pops is, I don't know. It's weird because my pops is like kind of like the opposite. He got the jab, which was really fucking like out of left field. But um he's just like, I don't know, he's pretty much the persona that I am on Twitter minus the scat memes. Like he's just like this angry prick all the time.
Yeah, my whole family works in the medical industry, so they're like all like super COVID scared and like my both my parents got the jab like in like the beta period because like they were able to and they're like super excited about it. And like when I got COVID like a couple months ago, they're like genuinely disappointed that I got over it in like 2 days because they're like, oh dang, you could have like gotten wrecked and we could have said like I told you so. I'm like, no, I just slept for like 20 hours and I was fine. They're like, oh, okay.
You pulled the Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So you moved from Chicago to fucking Texas. That's a move.
Yeah, when I was like 7, I knew I didn't want to live in Illinois anymore. I was like, I was like cutting the grass or like shoveling snow. I'm like, this is the worst. I'm like, I'm never gonna live somewhere where I have to shovel snow. So I moved to Texas.
Jesus Christ. See, I couldn't do that. I can't. Like Yellow's got it made because he's in the Mediterranean and it like is never hot there and it never snows there. Uh but I could never go somewhere where it's just hot all the fucking time. Like I would rather live in Alaska than Texas.
Oh, fuck that. No. Like, I don't know. I just hate snow. Like, I don't mind cold. I just hate when it's like I need to shovel my driveway or people are just like spinning out into fucking curves because they don't know how to drive in the snow. And it's just like, fuck that white noise.
Who is the real Bitcoiner crowd? The one that loves snow or the one that loves sun? You decide.
It's probably the sun because I don't think you're a real Bitcoiner unless you sun your balls.
Or
I
you
had
like the
I had an argument with a dude about that one day.
we're gonna get like the Canadian Bitcoiners to like be like snow your balls or something as their counterpoint.
Yo, if you live in Alaska, they have like those, I don't know, it's like so many days a year that it's black outside. Like it's no sunlight ever. It just
Oh
stays
yeah.
nighttime. You have to get like the lunar rays on your balls.
Yeah, but like if you're sunning your balls in like in a snowy field, like you get more sunlight because it's reflective.
Ah.
You get a sunburn. Bet. Bet. I'm telling you right now, I get brown as fuck in the summertime, like real brown, like not white brown. And the only time of the year that I get sunburns is in the winter. Like, cause I work outside all day and like the reflection off the snow fucking cooks you.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But yeah, I had it out with some dude about sunning your balls. I was like, yo, that has got to be the stupidest fucking thing that I've seen on Twitter. And that's saying a lot. I post scat memes.
Yeah. They're now selling even like devices like the red light and shit.
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
What do you not understand about the fact that the nutsack is probably nature's most perfect design? It
Wait,
has
what?
to. Listen, hear me out.
Yeah.
The nutsack is probably nature's most perfect invention, right? Because your balls have to stay exactly the right temperature in order for you to reproduce. Hence, your balls go up when it's cold and they go down when it's hot. Why would you take that out and put it in direct burning sunlight where it can't go any lower and all you're doing is raising the temperature in your scrot? That makes no fucking sense.
That's a good point.
It makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. All you're doing is killing off your sperm count. That's what you're doing. Which, if that's your goal, cool. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'd risk testicular cancer for it, but do you think? Do you put tanning lotion or do you put sunscreen on your balls? Right? The white parts of my body, like the farmer's tan part up my sleeve, if that gets a little bit of sun, it gets like purple burnt. Right? I can't imagine that your nutsack that has never seen sun does really well in direct sunlight. I can't see it.
Those guys have like a reverse summer tan, like you know how like they're white everywhere, and like when they take the pants off, like they're tan there.
Got golden brown balls, and the rest of me is stark white. Open a storefront. It's like tanning booths. Like you go, like the chicks go in and lay down, but it's just a box that you just drop your nuts through, and it just suns your nuts for you. That's big money right there. Private booths to sun your nuts. We call it bronze nuts.
We now accept Bitcoin.
Yeah. Now accepting payments via Lightning. Oh, fuck. Yeah, there's that's some outrageous shit. Fucking outrageous shit. But for me, I've never liked the heat. And B, especially now that I mine, like it doesn't make any sense for me to go somewhere where it's just hot all the time. It just makes mining so much more of a pain in the ass.
That's fair.
And so much more expensive.
There will be like everywhere snow around you, like in your block, there won't be any with a miner.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm building a mine on my property right now. That's gonna be like 25 miners and like a separate building from my house, because if I put 25 miners in my basement, my wife probably divorced me. And yeah, I already told her, I'm like, she's like, what are you gonna do if snow builds up around it? I'm like, don't worry, snow's not gonna build up around it. That fucking thing's gonna be like the surface of the sun. People don't realize. I was talking to one of my buddies who's a miner, and he set up 20 miners in a barn at his house, and his father shut the door on the barn while he was like out doing errands and shit, and he came home like 2 hours later and it was 160 degrees inside of his barn. And he
Oh my
lives
God.
way up north, like on the Canadian border.
Damn. Yeah, you have to have those huge ass funds.
Yeah,
Those
or just like shit vented, right? At least.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to invent like that's gonna be my I can't even consider the fucking podcast a contribution. So that's gonna be my contribution to the Bitcoin space is I'm like designing this the way a system is gonna be set up for miners for like a separate building uh on a residential property where you could like do it on a residential property and still be profitable and like limit sound because there's stuff like hash hut out and stuff, but hash hut is loud as fuck. Like I talk with Brett from over there a lot. He's in a Telegram group that I'm in, and but I'm trying to design something that's like relatively quiet. You could buy like a $1,500 shed at like Home Depot, have it delivered to your house, put this setup inside of it, and it would be like you could have a fucking mine on your property.
Yeah.
So that's my like, hopefully my contribution at some fucking point. But who fucking knows? I mean, I got a lot of money coming over from Europe right now in miners that are hopefully going to find a home inside of a mine in my yard. But outside of that, who the fuck knows what's going to happen?
Nice.
That's cool.
I feel like shit's so fucking. I don't know. I feel like shit's always been fucking fucked up, though. I feel like this is just like the new flavor of fucked up. Am I wrong? I feel like my whole life, like, there's always been some catastrophic shit going on in the world. This is just like the flavor of the week.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, kind of like there wasn't like people being thrown in camps. I guess it kind of wasn't China though, always, but
I mean, there was. We
okay,
just weren't throwing them in camps in the United States. We were throwing them in CIA black sites or Guantanamo Bay.
that's true. It's a lot more out in the open right now though, and people are accepting of it, which is the scary part.
Is it any
Yeah.
different in Greece?
I think the most fucked up years in Greece have passed. Like we had like a 10-year period where there were riots, as I said before, like they were like breaking shops and throwing molotovs and all that shit. And at some point, it's not like they fixed everything. They did what they do best, like print some money and let future generations worry about that shit. So it's gonna come back like to bite us. But for now, at least, I feel like we want just to, I don't know, man, enjoy a little bit of the summer, the Greek summer, and live our lives. And we lost like Greece is like a 10 million population, and we lost like 500,000 of young people leaving Greece to find jobs. They went to other countries, and some of them are returned, which is good. And it's not like if you imagine like 500, like 500,000. It's a lot of people for the population here. Like I've seen friends leave and family leave, and it was kind of depressing. So we had that. I feel like we had the worst past us. Like I think I'm more optimistic, even though everything around doesn't doesn't say optimistic. You know.
I feel like we're super fucking spoiled in the United States. Or I should say, like, I feel like we've always been super spoiled in the United States. Like, there's all these other places on the planet that have had like these fucking intense periods of time in the last 3 decades. And we've just been like
yeah, don't put yourself in that position. Like I have family in the States, so I know what's going on in the States a little bit. So even if you feel like it, you're spoiled. You have other kind of reality that is put upon you that I don't like. That fake media stuff, like that the media that always like 24/7 over there are basically imposing fear in the people. Like I don't have that much, so it's a different kind of reality you guys have. And yeah,
I feel like as Americans, we're always looking out, saying like, "Oh, look at all these other countries that like have these like fucked up dystopias," and like we don't even realize, like you just said, that like we live in one of the most fucked up dystopias on the
yeah,
planet. That like we're just constantly fed information and constantly fed like fear campaigns and propaganda. It's fucking everywhere.
exactly. Like in the end, like whatever chaos here exists, like even in those 10 years of the crisis, right? Like I could turn around and go, oh, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm going to a Greek island. I'm gonna I'm gonna take a break, from everything. So there's pluses and negatives in every area wherever you live. I feel, but of course, that said, there are some places that really fucked up, really, really, really fucked up.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
for the first time, we're starting to see like sections of our country where it's really fucked up, and that, and then sections of our country where it's not like that at all. Like it's not too bad here. Like it's pretty fucking dystopian where I am, but then you have like where Ben is, which is like normal life, and then you have like California, which is like the fucking apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think like we're also watching the world just like places like just like descend into like that where like Australia like 10 years ago was like pretty normal, and now it's like you literally aren't allowed to leave the country. It's like North Korea level shit, and it's pretty fucking scary to see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And just like I don't know, I made a fucking post about it the other day that like that shit came out where it was fucking the UK and Australia and the United States like all on like a joint conference about like national defense and shit, and I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is happening in the world? Like it's such a fucking clown world for like our president to be like, oh, like we can't have nuclear power in America because it's a danger to society, and then get on national TV and be like, we're gonna help Australia get nuclear powered submarines because it's safe and effective technology that's been proved over the last 50 years. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
And meanwhile, the same people don't want nuclear energy in the country.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like joking with somebody. I'm like, oh, so we can't have nuclear power in a building by itself 50 miles away, but I can have a nuclear reactor in a metal tube 100 feet away from me in the ocean. Got it.
Like I wish there was a Turkish Bitcoiner now because he would completely understand what you're saying. I feel what you're saying because like we have the same thing with weapons sold, and that game of divide and conquer I said before plays in this area very, very well, not only from the States, from France and Germany and whoever makes weapons, nuclear or not. So they will like put us like with Turkey in like in a, I don't know, they will not instigate like, but they will let things play to escalate in a certain level, and then they will say like something. Oh, you want Turkey to back off? Like, yeah, okay, buy my guns. And then they will go to Turkey and they will say, oh, you want the Greece to back off? Buy my guns, you know? So
So fucking yeah. It's so like I don't know. I can definitely say that I see the world around me like much more divided than it's ever been. Like you have people like that have a much larger amount of the population that has like drawn a hard line and been like, this is what is right for you, and I'm gonna tell you what's right for you. Like I grew up in a fashion where like you said, Yellow, where it was like, I know I'm just gonna like live my life and do my thing and fuck off and just like leave me alone.
yeah,
And now it's like you gotta everywhere you walk in, there's a sign in your face telling you like what you have to do and
And like,
fucking
even for like personal relationships, like in the past, people like if you're like on the left or the right, people could still be friends. But now it's like, oh my gosh, you're on the other political party, you're like literally the devil. And it's like, dude, like we were friends like a year ago, but now this bad thing happened. So it's now we can't like each other. It's I don't know, it's gotten ridiculous where people are like make it their entire identity to be like this political party and fight for
yes.
this issue.
Yes. I've always gone with like my whole life I have lived under the guise of if I want to have friends that are like truly my friends, then we don't talk about politics and we don't talk about religion. As long as we don't talk about those things, I can pretty much be friends with everybody. And then as soon as one of those stupid fucking topics get brought up, like first of all, it's none of my business what you believe, whether politically or religious. And honestly, I don't fucking care. And I don't really want to know. Like, why can't we just talk about how nice of a day it is and like
yeah.
get a bite to eat? Why do you have to bring up politics? And then you're gonna say enough stupid shit, and then I really have to tell you why you're a fucking idiot and you're wrong. And then we can't be friends.
It's like I don't know, it's so weird. It's like okay, like even like I don't know, I enjoy having like conversations with like leftists saying like like what do they truly believe, but then it's just like I could like you should still be able to be friends after that. Like we'd also have like completely different opinions on like Game of Thrones or Marvel movies. Doesn't mean we can't be friends. Like why is our opinion on on taxes need to divide us so like starkly? It doesn't make sense to me. But people take it like so personally. It's like even if you're able to convince me, the world's gonna stay the exact same. So I don't see like why you care so much that you can convince me or like trying to like win people over to your side. Like, you know, the world's gonna move on. You're not gonna convince enough to like change voting or even if you do change voting, it's not gonna actually change anything in the real world.
There's never been a more accurate statement than, for the most part, Bitcoiners just want to be left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I want. Like really, honestly, at the end of the day, that is really all I want. I just want a piece of property in a state that isn't gonna fuck with me, where I can just be left alone to like be with my family and like do the shit that I want to do. That's all I fucking want. I don't want like a Lambo and a fucking 70,000 square foot house on Hollywood Drive. I don't care about any of that. Like, I just want to be left the fuck alone. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be, and I don't want to be fucked over. Like, I don't want you knocking on my door to ask me for more fucking money or just sending me a letter that says now I have to give the government more money because some person I've never met on a side of the country that I'll never go to needs more of my tax money. Get fucked.
We tried living in their system. We tried to change their system. And in the end, we basically said, you know what, we're gonna make our own system. So yeah, I hear you, man. Leave us alone. Like we're doing our stuff. Like, but again, they will like you see it every day. Like they will turn around, normies, the government, and whoever. And because now they're seeing like this thing we built, um, and uh, and I'm saying that like they will say again like, oh, you cannot do that. Like, what the fuck you want from me? Like, I tried your shit. I didn't like your shit. I made my shit. You know, like leave me alone, goddammit.
Yeah, exactly. That's the part that blows my mind, right? Is like the double speak that you hear all the time. That's like they like to come out and be like, oh well, Bitcoin's gonna collapse, or Bitcoin will never be this, or Bitcoin will never do that, and Bitcoin can't do this, and Bitcoin isn't capable of doing this. And then like in the same breath, they'll be like, but we're gonna need some tax money out of your Bitcoin. So my fake internet money isn't good enough to do the things you say that it can't do, but you want some of it for taxes? Like you only care now, like you just said, like you only care now because it's fucking worth something. Like when
Yeah.
it was 38 cents, nobody was knocking on anybody's door telling them they needed to pay capital gains tax on the fucking 85 fucking Bitcoin they just sent to somebody.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the hypocrisy of the old system that makes me mad, but also makes me laugh too, because I know what they're doing, and they're doing it because they feel threatened now. And with the El Salvador news development, it's like we are now in the next level, I feel.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, they're gonna come. So be ready, guys. Get your Photoshop and Mimatic and whatever you use.
Pinata
Ready.
farms.
Get them ready. And
I think
Ben,
it's
get your coding ready, man. Ben.
I'm working on it. But yeah, get some bears to fuck. Be ready.
I think it's like I don't know, for me the way I see it, like it's such a clown world like circle, right? Because like America became America because we were tired of being like oppressed by like overlords and them like taking our money without like listening to us. And fucking 200 and some odd years later, or 300 fucking years later, here we are getting taxed without being asked and getting sick of being oppressed by our overlords. Like it's the same fucking shit we ran away from.
I think it's funny. It's like this entire country was founded on like a 3% tax on only tea. Meanwhile, now like people are like cheering for like 50% taxes on like all of your income. It's like, it's like, how far have we strayed from God? Jesus.
United States of Scandinavia.
Exactly. Well, gentlemen, I think we've been at it for, I don't know, close to fucking 2 hours. So, final thoughts from anybody? Ben, moving forward, what can we expect from you? I know you got some shit that you can't talk about, but big things, big things.
Yeah, I'll have some cool stuff coming out. If you want a beta test, DM me and I'll get you hooked up when we need beta testers. And I don't know, just keep fucking bears. That's all I really want from my friends.
Yellow.
I would say don't stop believing. Hold
Ooh.
on to that feeling.
I love it.
What the fuck? Why did I expect it? Why did I expect something semi-profound there for a minute?
Okay, man.
I leaned in and everything. You couldn't see it, but I leaned in.
Profound. You need profound. Okay, like
Or prophetic, one or the other.
or prophetic. I would say stack and hodl and the user, but also try to live your life. try to live your life. Like, don't use Bitcoin. Don't let Bitcoin be use you. Like, there's it's a double-edged sword. Being on Bitcoin Twitter, and yeah, live your life, man.
That's deep.
I like it.
Yeah,
Profound.
profound. I think I think what I got is that I don't know, there's some dark shit going on in the world, but same idea. Like, it's important to remember to come up for air. You can't
Yeah.
just fucking live in that shit all the time. Like, that's how you end up fucking making the news, because you brought your meme-matic to a shopping mall. Like, yeah, you just gotta come up for air and like fucking live your life. Like, yeah, it's scary and there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world, but I don't know. For me, like, doesn't mean my fucking wife and kids aren't here anymore. Like, I still need to carve time out for them and like carve time out to be a fucking human and enjoy my life. Otherwise, I'll end up a crazy old cat man with smoking fucking black and milds and talking about how the government's coming to kill you.
Here.
Here, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
And,
for having me.
Yeah,
see-
always good talking. Have fun with Greg and Sean.
it should be an absolute fucking disaster. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'll see you sick fucks on Twitter.
All right. Peace
Later.
out, Girl Scouts.